Hi folks, the Filipino P here. And today we've got an interview with a man who sold everything he owned, his house, his car, all his possessions, and moved to the Philippines sight unseen. Yep, you heard that right. He'd never even been here before, but now he calls it home. Is he brave, foolish, a dreamer? Or is he a man with a carefully orchestrated plan who's finally escaped to paradise? Let's talk to him, and you can decide for yourself. Hi folks, the Filipino P here, and today I have a new guest, new here in Dumaguete City. Hello Eric, welcome to Dumaguete. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thanks.
Perfect. So, is this your first time here in Dumaguete?
Yes, this is my first time.
Okay, how about here in the Philippines?
I've been living in Cebu for the past 6 months.
Cebu?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 months. And prior to living in Cebu, have you visited the Philippines?
Nope. I've been all over Asia, but this is the first time I've been in the Philippines.
Okay, and are you planning to stay here for good?
Oh no, I'm staying here for good.
Okay.
There's no question about that.
So how did you learn about the Philippines?
Well, it's kind of funny. It's kind of a long, quick story, but I was going to retire early, which I did, and I couldn't find what I was looking for in the United States, so I started looking abroad. So I looked at South America, then I was down to, what was it, Greece, Italy, Spain,
Awesome.
and then I came across AP.
Okay.
And I mean, I knew where the Philippines was, and I started taking a look at it because I always wanted to be on the beach. That's the kind of lifestyle I want. I want to be near the beach. I want to be able to be, on the water, what have you.
But why not go to, I don't know, Florida?
For one, I mean, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
this doubles my money so easily.
Right.
The states have gotten so expensive. I mean, on average, you're spending, just an average lifestyle for me, 55, 60,000 a year.
Ooh, okay. So Eric, where are you from back home?
I'm a Georgia boy.
Oh, you're a Georgia boy. Okay.
Yeah. You were through my town just a little while ago.
I know, it was lovely. People there are lovely. I love the weather there. If you don't mind my asking, how young are you?
That's a nice way of putting it. I'm 59.
59, okay. And you said you're already retired?
I retired a few years ago. I was in corporate America for a number of years. I was different levels of sales and kind of capped off on sales.
Well, good for you. I mean, congratulations, because a lot of people nowadays, they're still doing the rat race back in the West.
Well, I mean,
so you got out.
Yeah, I mean, I was always taught it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you spend.
Right.
So I just watch what I spend. That's about it.
Okay. What about your status, your marital status? Were you previously married?
I was married. I was married for 8 years.
8 years?
And didn't quite work out.
Oh, I wonder why. What happened? Did you change or did she change?
Let's put it this way. Sometimes some people can't never be happy.
Were you taken to the cleaners?
Yeah, I was bent over pretty good.
Ay, 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 Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Even for 8 years, just in 8 years?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
Georgia, 50%.
I am in the wrong industry. I should be doing that as a career. Women
Oh,
are doing
you
that.
can make some money, honey.
Just kidding.
Forget flipping houses, just flip men.
Yeah, flip man,
flip
because
man.
it's just like a, I don't know, like a startup husband. And
They say that.
Yes.
You gotta have your first one for the startup, yeah.
yeah, a startup husband. Okay. Did you date after the divorce back in the West? Back home?
I really didn't date much. I dated a little while afterwards. I had met somebody. That didn't work out.
What about here in the Philippines? What do you think?
I mean, I'm still trying to get used to it.
Okay.
I mean,
Do
when
you get a lot of...
I'm out, I mean, I have to ask the waitresses, is that a guy or a girl?
Here, you just have to check the neck and the hand and the
I'm learning all that.
feet.
I never had to do that before in America. So,
Just do the Dundee test.
What?
Crocodile Dundee test.
What's that?
Hi, how are you doing?
That's a nice practical way of doing it.
You see? So you've been here for 6 months. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's not that long yet, but have you tried meeting people? Is it part of the plan? I mean, what's the long term?
I mean, when I came over, the first thing was, could I live here?
Yeah.
Could I find a purpose? For me, that's a big deal.
Okay.
What am I going to do the rest of my life?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
You know, when you're younger, you know, it's like, okay, I'm going to get married someday. I'm going to have children. I'm working hard to have a good job. I'm making money. So, you know, there's your purpose.
Yeah.
Now, it's so funny. You can do anything you want now.
Right.
But
Do you still want to do those things though? Like,
I don't know.
do you still want to get married, have children?
I mean,
purpose?
I would definitely like to find somebody to share my life with. There's no doubt about that.
Right.
But right now, I mean, you know, a purpose could be going back to school. A
True.
purpose could be getting your, I don't know, getting a degree in diving. Or,
Okay.
you know, getting your certificate, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Or there's so many different things that you can do. But I think for myself, as a man, I need a purpose for life. I just don't want to get up, hit the bar every day, and have my
No.
beer and do that kind of stuff.
Well,
I gotta
meaning
be
someone
active.
would be like the icing on the, cake.
Yeah, exactly. I tried going on a couple of dating sites, and that's interesting. So I went on one, and then
Yeah.
I go in, and they have a picture of the girl. I meet her at a coffee shop. Just keep it really simple.
Right.
And when she first comes in, I don't recognize her. You know why?
Because of the filters?
No, because it's not even the picture of her.
What?
Yeah, so she's walking around. I'm going like, okay, that's not her, but I wonder what she's looking for. So she walked around a couple times, walks up to me and goes, "Are you Eric?" And I was like, "Yes." And I said, I won't say the person's name, but "Are you XYZ?" And she goes, "Yes." And she goes, "Oh, yes, that wasn't my photo." And I was like, "Okay." And then I said where I was going to sit, and I wore something specific so she knew who I was and everything.
Yeah.
And the first thing out of her mouth was, "Well, you look so much older on your photo, so I didn't know that was you."
I know sometimes we don't mean it that way. They're not that culturally savvy, I think.
Yes.
I know it comes out the wrong way.
I just kind of laughed it off. I was like, okay.
Okay, well, take it as a compliment then.
Well, again, it was kind of funny, kind of odd. So
Okay, so in the last 6 months,
no.
nothing.
No.
So what's your ideal? I mean, describe to us your ideal mate.
I mean, it's basics. It's kind of like any other guy. I like a very feminine woman.
Right.
That's a big deal with me. I like somebody I can have a good conversation with.
Okay.
You know, if she's not willing to do things, she's at least willing to go ahead and kind of follow my lead. If I want to do, I'm a roller coaster kind of guy.
Okay.
You know, I like adventure. I like getting out. I don't like staying at home very much. I'm not a homebody. I don't
Okay.
care for that.
Yeah.
Except for like cooking. I mean, to me, that would be great. You and I
Okay.
cook together and we come up with new recipes together. That's fine too. But
Okay.
for the most part, I like being outside.
You think it's not that easy to locate a Filipina that will tick all the boxes?
You get married once, you really don't want to do it again and get through another divorce. So,
But there's no divorce here.
it's a hell lot scarier.
It's a lot scarier,
Yes.
right?
That's why, oh, by the way, trust. Build yourself a trust. Everybody do their own thing, but I was not about to go ahead and meet somebody on the internet and then come over here.
Right.
That was not part of the game plan.
Okay. Are you still going back to
Nope.
the U.S.?
Nope.
You
I'm
sold
done.
everything?
I sold everything.
You
sold my
nuked your life back
I
in the...
nuked. I sold houses, cars. I sold
Everything?
all my Southern toys. Yeah,
Aw.
yeah.
You should have brought some for me. Southern toys.
Okay, we're talking guns.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I just want to make sure you
I
understand what I
love
meant
big
by that.
guns.
Okay.
I know.
Sometimes I don't know where she's going with this.
I'm not sure if I'm going to include this, but maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything, like what? Did you just put one suitcase? I mean,
Two suitcases.
two suitcases.
Two suitcases, a duffel bag, and that bag right there, and that's about it.
A lot of people say most of the foreigners that come here, they don't really last. What were the things that you were shocked or surprised you?
I have to admit, I don't know if we can state it on your video or anything else. I saw a naked woman on the streets, pregnant,
A naked.
sleeping. Yeah, sleeping on the street. And that one was a little tough for me.
Wow, a naked pregnant woman. Maybe.
And I wanted to do something, I wanted to help, and then,
What did you do? Did you call the police or?
well,
call
I started
somebody?
looking around, what can you, and they just all looked at me, and
Like you're crazy. Like let her be because that's the normal sight.
that's pretty much what I got. and I didn't like that part of me not doing,
Doing
something in the long
something.
run. Yeah.
Okay, so what brought you here to Dumaguete? I mean, you're situated already in Cebu, and there's plenty of places to explore in Cebu. So, are you checking out what the hype is about Dumaguete?
Well, I was nervous about Dumaguete because you hear it all the time with the YouTubers, you know, Duma Drama?
Duma Drama or Dramagetti?
Dramagetti,
Yeah.
whatever they call it. And I got to know a couple of the YouTubers over in Cebu. There's one that travels back and forth,
Right.
so I've gotten to know him and his lovely wife and everything. And basically, what it came down to is, I can't live in a cement jungle.
Okay.
If you haven't been to Business Park, pretty much what you have is a mall
Yeah.
in the center, and then you got a horseshoe of condos and banks, and it's just all cement. You really don't see the ocean or anything else. So my attitude when I was coming here is like, well, I want to see the water. I mean, I could sit out there for hours and
Right.
just relax, cup of green tea, and
Actually,
just enjoy
today's very lovely. You can see the water. It's very
beautiful.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful and so blue.
It is. It is. Do you feel like you can live here or something, or you wanna go check out the suburbs of Dumaguete?
Well, I've been out to Darwin,
Okay.
and I've been out to, what's the one right past Dumaguete?
Zambon,
the B,
Bacong.
Bacong.
Yeah.
So I've been out there close to Valencia. So I've taken a look, and I was trying to get some help taking a look at real estate.
Okay.
Not too much success there.
Okay.
But then I started talking to the expat guys. I mean, they'll talk to you. Everybody's really friendly.
Okay.
And everybody knows you're in the same boat as they are. So they're telling me, okay, if you go over here, you can get one for about 20,000 pesos. You can get this over here for 15. I'm like, pricing ain't bad. Because, I mean, it's a lot more expensive in Business Park.
Yes, it is.
I mean, a little one bedroom.
Is it about like 700, 800?
Just shy. Just
yeah.
shy.
Yeah.
Just shy of it. You know, I mean, I've got a deal where I'm getting the internet included.
Right.
So I'm probably at like 623, something like that, in dollars.
Oh gosh,
Maybe
you can
35,000 pesos a month.
right. You can be next to the beach here for that price, and at least
Exactly.
you'll have better view.
Yeah, and I don't want to drive.
You don't want to
There.
drive.
Okay, so I rented out a scooter here
Yeah.
for 2 days.
Okay.
My buddy probably thought I was a total wuss. It's
Well, you
crazy.
don't have scratches, so you survived.
No, I survived, but
Would you recommend people to drive here though for
There-
Westerners?
I've driven in France, I've driven in Korea, I've driven in Thailand, Phuket, China. This is a whole different ball game. A whole different ball game. It's yeah. I mean, there's areas where there are no stop signs, no lights, and it could be a major intersection.
Oh yeah.
And you have no idea the thought process behind it, and it gets a little.
You just have to connect telepathically, like
Yeah, you got to
just
plug
have-
in.
Yes.
And I haven't learned how to plug in yet. But no, see, I've met expats that are like 74 years old that are comfortable in driving around here, bigger guys than myself, and they drive all the time.
Okay.
But
you don't
I'm not-
recommend it?
It's interesting.
Right. Do you feel like isolated here? Can you connect to locals? Can you be?
It's a lot harder.
it-
It's a lot harder.
Can you make friends with Filipinos, like friends, like back home?
Well, I mean, let's be
Yeah.
honest and let's talk about you for a second.
Yeah, sure.
You're not a typical Filipino.
How so?
You're a lot more direct. You're very easy to talk to.
Okay.
It's just you're a lot more outgoing from what I've seen from the culture. The culture is fairly passive,
Oh, yeah.
and that's hard for me because I'm curious.
Okay.
I'm very curious.
Okay.
I don't see that so much in this culture.
No, we're herd mentality. Just follow the leader.
Yeah, and so they don't have the questions or the curiosity, and I don't mean to insult Filipinos overall. I'm just saying you have a great outgoing personality. You're easy to talk to. When you're having a conversation, we had a conversation the other day, real brief, but we were talking about the Webb telescope.
Yes.
And, quantum physics, it was just all over the map. And it was fun.
It was.
And-
I mean, I can't talk to people like my regular friends. Not that I have a lot, but
Yeah.
guys don't like a girl like me for some reason.
Oh, no.
No. Wait.
Wait, are you talking about foreigners or are you talking about Filipino men?
Both. Because they said I'm too westernized for your taste.
No. Okay.
That's
If you were westernized, we would feel the edge on you. We would feel that tightness on you. We would feel that, oh, I don't need a man attitude. To be honest with you, I think you got a good blend. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not being a simp here, not sucking up. Okay.
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
saying. But yeah, I wouldn't say that about you at all. I mean, knowing you in a very short period of time and everything else like that. No, you got a strong personality. Okay. To me, that's fine. The problem is too, a lot of guys are coming over here with a certain expectation of what the women are like. Your little bits you do at the end, they're really funny. But again, it's Western humor.
Yeah.
And we don't know how you know it. We have no idea.
I even explained it to them how I know it.
Well, you got to do it more than one video, and you got a lot of videos.
True.
So to find that one video to know that's how you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people could have missed that easily enough.
If people are thinking of coming here to start over and look for an ideal mate, an agreeable mate, what's available?
Okay, first of all, you got to think of what we're coming from.
Okay.
You ask her out more than one time, sexual harassment charges, cops are on your front doorstep. I mean, all these things are going on.
Yeah.
So here, all of a sudden you come here, you might have to kind of warm up to her a number of times before she goes out with you. And again, I haven't done a lot of dating. This is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So, a guy's going to have to talk to her 4, 5, 6, 7 times before they even meet, maybe on the internet. Or I've heard of guys where they pursued. Even one of the YouTubers said it, that they had to pursue their girl for a while until she finally said yes. And then when she met him in person, oh, okay, because she was worried about him being a YouTuber. So we have to switch everything from what we're taught not to do.
Right.
Don't touch. Don't say this. The woke culture. What can you say? What can't you say? Do you open her door? Do you not open her door? Do you go ahead
Well, just be you guys, like the way you guys were raised, because that's what we want. Like chivalry. We want chivalry. It's not dead here.
After 20 years and 30 years of being a certain way, because if you weren't, again, you're in HR. Sexual harassment. I mean, seriously, in the U.S., if I saw you and I said, "Oh, your dress looks really nice," HR.
I know, but but see, that's the thing.
We're programmed that way. I know we have to undo it.
You have to unlearn. You have to unlearn everything. Don't bring your dating strategies back.
Oh no.
We didn't kill chivalry here. We still expect guys to be guys here.
But it's hard. I mean, even for me, like I said, I'm a very aggressive person because of what I did for many years of my life, business-wise. So I know I can have a very strong personality.
Okay.
And I know that could easily be a turnoff.
Do you think Filipinos appreciate upfront guys, like direct to the point, or do they like to dance?
I think there's a dance to it. I think it's more old-fashioned. I think there's a little bit more of a dance to it. Sometimes they have a chaperone, pretty much, depending on their age group. That's another thing. I mean, I'm not real comfortable
with a chaperone.
Not dating somebody in their 20s. I just don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Why is that? They're in their 20s.
Hey, even 30s and 40s, sometimes they act like kids.
I know, it's all the same.
Okay. What advice can you give to those guys who are looking for a place to maybe redo or something that they can reinvent themselves if they consider coming here in the Philippines?
There's some guys that are here just for the wham bam thank you man type business. There's some guys that are here for
shoot and scoot.
Okay, shoot and scoot.
Okay.
Then there's some guys here that are trying to make it here, as in like financially. I would not advise that at all. If you think you're gonna come here, do a YouTube channel like Peas or something else like that and try to make money here, that is not the game plan. I would say definitely prep. Watch as many YouTubers as you can, because you get a little information here, you get a little information here.
Yeah.
You get a little information from everybody and it adds up. So that, make sure you have access to money. Make sure that you have maybe about 3 or 4 different ways of access to money. Because when you deposit, banking, that's a whole nother thing here. When you deposit a check here from your mother bank back in whatever country you come from, it takes 45 days to clear, although it clears from your bank really quick.
Yes, but not here.
But not here.
Yeah.
So it's 45 days, and it could be a sizable amount, where you're sitting there and waiting and hoping it goes through without a hitch.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you have money. The other thing too is have a plan. If you're going to do it for a test run, great, but you better do it for some time, because to get a feel of it, I would say at least 3 months. I know some people say a couple weeks, at least 3 months.
Most of the people that come and retire obviously are pensioners at a certain age. Do you think a younger Westerner male can live here?
Have at least 25,000 a year, bare minimum, I would say. And if you got 25,000 a year until you retire, yeah, you could live here.
They can do it.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, thanks a lot for your time today. I really appreciate your input. Especially sharing your experiences here in the Philippines, and actually, I'm happy to hear that you're liking it here.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed myself. It was great meeting you. That was a privilege in itself. But to be honest with you, thank you for all the videos and everything else that you teach us, because it really helps. It's a bigger help than you realize, because for one, you might possibly give somebody a dream that never had any idea of, one, where Philippines is. I'll tell you, most Americans probably don't even know where it is on the map.
Yeah, I'm so sad.
and then to realize that there's an opportunity of not having to work 70 hours a week for the rest of your life.
Because this place could be your paradise.
Yes.
Could be. It might be like a little, like Green Acres, but at least...
And sometimes, yes, it can be exactly that.
But if you're tired of being in the rat race, then maybe they should check out the Philippines and give it a shot.
Yeah, it'll be a little rustic.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, I'll be back in 3 more days with something new for you to consider. So that's it for today. Bye for now. If you think about it, I'm kind of like a Hooters girl without the Hooters. Serving you exactly what you need. A double shot of hot, fresh content twice a week. The only thing I ask for my service is a thumbs up on this video, subscribing to my channel, and hitting the notification bell so you know when your next meal is ready. If you want to become one of my favorite customers, please check out my Patreon page for extra content and exclusive features. To help you decide what to order, check out this delicious assortment of great choices. Now, what can I get ya?